Hi everyone, this is Melody with designbymelody.com here today to share a process video with you. I received this Christmas card from my cousin and his wife, and I don't have any other pictures of them, so I wanted to make sure I kept this card. And the best way for me to keep it is to put it in a scrapbook, otherwise it gets put in a box that may not be pulled out for years. So I decided to go ahead and scrapbook it, and since it was a Christmas card, I went ahead and used my December 2013 Studio Calico Kit. Excuse me, I'm still getting over my sinus issues. But since the photo itself is not necessarily a Christmas photo, I wanted to make sure that I included just a lot of natural colored elements as well, just to make it cohesive with the colors. But I did add the blue and the green Christmas papers to kind of hold that theme as well. Just made a border, used a border strip as well as the last little bit of that blue paper I had to line the green vertical strip. My brain is not working today. They're both wearing jeans in the photo, so I am going to use multiple blue elements to pull that out of the photo, as well as to use up some of the supplies in the December kit. This base paper, which is the Kraft colored chevron paper, is actually from Studio Calico, and it's called Now is Now. Then that blue solid cardstock is American Kraft's Denim. Then the Sleigh Bell Trail, which is the green and the blue, that one is Sleigh Bell Trail by Basic Gray. And then I'm going to use this blue ribbon from the kit as well. And I'm trying to see who made it. This is from May Arts. It's called Denim Ribbon. I got these little stickers that you're seeing off to the left, at the bottom left there. I got these Kraft stickers from Target, actually, in the dollar bin, and they come in really handy just to have around. I try to keep things like that on hand to use when I'm doing scrapbook pages because they're great to build your clusters around. I am doing 3 different clusters here, and I'm using a lot of the same elements in each cluster, including these blue buttons. I have these blue stars, which are from a 12 by 12 element sheet, and I'm also going to use some rub-ons later, which you'll see some star rub-ons later. Now there's a story about my cousin. This is his wife, as I mentioned, but when we were younger, he was probably the cousin I was closest to. They lived with us for a period of time, and he was basically the brother I never had. I only had sisters, so he was the closest to a brother, and like I said, they were around our house a lot. So it was nice. Him and my dad were really close as well. I want to use this journaling tab, but it kind of blended in too much with the photo, so I used that wood grain piece to kind of separate the photo and the journaling spot a little bit. And the title to this layout is called Board Games Aren't Always Boring, because that doesn't make any sense to anybody who doesn't know us. But if you read the journaling, and that's what I'm going to put here. When we were younger, he was the only one that would play board games with me. Neither one of my sisters would play games with me, but he was always up for it. We would play Life, we would play Monopoly, we would play whatever. So that's what the journaling is about. Even though it is, like I said, off the Christmas card, the photos are off the Christmas card they sent, this really has nothing to do with Christmas other than a few elements in the papers. You can attach ribbon a number of ways, but I decided just to go ahead and staple it. It's the easiest way to ensure that it is secured down. I had to fiddle with the staples a little bit to get them right. Just going to put a little bit of tape on the back, and I just use washi tape that I have left over. I don't use this neon orange in any of my layouts typically, so I use it for this a lot of the times, and I'm putting it right over the staples as well as the ends of the ribbon. to make sure, first of all, that the staples don't push into the layout that's on the other side of this in my scrapbook album, but also to just keep everything secure. Here's where I'm going to put my title. And I'm using the Navy and Mint Sticker Alphas by Heidi Swapp, and these came in the December kit as well. I needed something to ground the alpha sticker, so I'm using this gold washi tape. It's not, you don't see a whole lot of it. It's not a real eye-catching type thing, but it's enough to give it a little bit of a grounding spot. So I'm just adding a little bit to the bottom cluster as well to tie it in. I was having issues lining it up, of course. I really like these alpha stickers. They're very small, not small in height, but small in dimension. I have no problem with having, you know, the dimensions of thickers on my pages, but if you prefer a smaller, not as dimensional alpha, but still does have a little bit of dimension, these alpha stickers are great. They almost remind me of, they're like epoxy stickers. And these small stickers that I'm using, since it was a longer title, I went ahead and used some smaller alphas to finish it up. And it also keeps to the natural element of the brown in the Kraft. These smaller stickers are the brown stickers off of the Fancy Pants Designs 12 by Sheet Merry Little Christmas Sticker Fundamentals. I believe it has 3 or 4 alphas on that. There it is right there. This is great. I actually got this. I think I got this at Archivers when they had their Christmas, or their going out of business sale. I honestly, now looking back at it, wish I had gotten 3 or 4 of them. They're a great size. I always only get one thinking I'll never use the whole thing, and then I end up loving it and needing more and can never find more. And adding those 2 strips of washi was just enough to be able to allow for the title to be grounded, as well as draw a little bit more attention to the title. I did add 2 staples to that bottom cluster at the bottom right so that the staples are in another place other than just on the ribbon. And then these little things came in a Studio Calico Kit a couple months ago, and I really thought I was going to hate them. I really did not think I was going to use them at all. They were in the October kit. They were called Perforated word strips, but I have used them a lot, and I still have a ton of them left. So I'm going to put them in a couple of places, and they just say a couple different things. This one says hello photographs, and the one at the top says, I think it says hello today. They have a lot of different sayings on them. They are appropriate for a number of different things. So just playing around with a couple of ideas of what I could put here. At the top of the screen you see the rub-on star rub-ons that I have, and those again came from a kit a couple months ago, but those are, I think there were like 80 or 90 rub-ons on that sheet, so those are a great thing to keep in your stash as well. Just building the embellishment cluster right there under that ribbon. So the embellishments take your eye on a diagonal from the upper left down to the bottom right, and you pass the photograph, the journaling, and the title all along the way. Just adding a little bit of adhesive to those perforated word strips. I did this layout, I think, in 3 different sittings, so that's why you see the camera angle change just slightly each time. Using my Tombow Mono multi-glue to adhere the stars in the buttons, and I am going to actually sew on my buttons as well. using a bit of Kraft embroidery floss, or brown embroidery floss, rather. I don't always get to sit down and do all my scrapbooking in one sitting, and I don't think a lot of people do, actually. I watch more and more. The more and more I watch YouTube videos, it seems like a lot of people end up recording over periods of time. Sometimes that's good for me if I don't have to do it all in one sitting, because I have different ideas when I come back. Gives me a fresh look on it. And I have this Stampin' Up! Paper piercing tool. I've only ordered from Stampin' Up! A few times, but this is probably the one thing I've ordered from them that I use a lot. I think I may even use this more than I use the inks that I ordered from them, which I still use those a lot as well. Comes with a little mat set, a little grid piece. It also has I don't have it out here where you can see it, but I do have, it comes with like a little guide for punching the holes. But it's definitely worth the money for it. And I don't remember it being that expensive, but if you are looking for something similar, I would definitely suggest the one from Stampin' Up! And then of course it comes with the piercer itself, which does have a little cap on the pointy end for safety. The back of my layouts all end up looking like this with a whole bunch of washi tape on them. Just trimming everything up here. And at first I thought I was done, but I went ahead and decided to go ahead and add the rub-ons. It just needed a little bit more. It felt a little bit bare. And I'm adding a few of those little star puffy, well, they're from the star puffy sheet, but they're the circles. And I have a ton of these left. They are spaced a little bit too close together though on the sheet, so it really is the most helpful if you cut them apart. Unless you're trying to put a whole bunch in one spot. And I'm just scattering these about kind of along that diagonal to keep the movement of your eye going along the diagonal. I'm just going to use the rub-on tool and get all these on there, and then that finishes the layout. This video, of course, is posted on my YouTube page, and I'll put a list of supplies in the description box on this video, and then I'm also going to link it in my kit review video that I do, and I'll have a blog post that goes along with that. So if you have any questions, please let me know. To see the blog post, it's at www.designbymelody.com. And then, of course, my YouTube channel has other videos, and my YouTube name is just simply Design by Melody. Thanks for joining me today, and stay tuned for more videos. Thank you, guys. Bye.